Tonight on Up Late, we are verifying social media claims popping up out there to help stop the spread of misinformation. Posts like these are popping up all over social media claiming a Trump beats COVID commemorative coin is being sold by the White House gift shop. I think I've seen this shared on my own timeline about 10 times, so let's verify. Is the White House selling these commemorative coins? First, our verified team traced the coins to an online store, whitehousegiftshop.com, not .gov. We then reached out to Tony Gianni. He is the CEO of the privately owned site. Gianni says that he's the one who designed the Trump defeats COVID coin. He says he designed it before the president was admitted to the hospital and knew he would beat the virus. The website makes it clear that the coin is not made by the government and they are entirely run by a private company. A message on the site reads, quote, "No government funds or resources, direct or indirect, are ever used in the operations of the White House gift shop." So we can verify, no, the White House is not responsible for designing or selling these commemorative coins.